94.7 Asempa FM. So ne Ekosiisen wasuguswa wutie no. We are back on air. James Kwabena Bomfeh would have his time. Nafe no James Enra na wo the public lecture Professor Tuguba Ekasawo.
Can you play
yes. Ombe puli di abama.
Obi.
Yes.
Me na me wo within a period. All shene kasa na se no na me ni ho. Me wura mu bra na wa hyase. Nti anope me friend because me call on mo nsem o kan ye no na bi ni mo no minim no o ye minu apani a ye din sawo so me bi on ma na me ne no nya adwene nti because I felt I owed it to him say me ne be nti no ankaza kra send me the soft copy of the Kinkan one mo to appreciate bi oye but obi answer na me cause you see minu apani Terlabi. All Casano say COVID-19 lockdown you call nothing. Who downplay lockdown? Chief Justice of the United States of America, John Roberts, and Okana Simbio say COVID-19 has pierced through illusions of certainty and control. It has taught us that we are not in charge. Someone else is. Let's be sober. Unfortunately, or say, COVID-19, a bura yan yahuto swani ye jidia ye wase me de me ho met me de me makan te sa pepepe de besi china ni de besi ya kasasi yebo amaya hunu say sa tumi no eni yan eni woyen obi dia ndiyemre ye ho ase but e kama ko yesa amanyofo ye nye sa de ye mpese ye be hu sa de no ye refi obi Ekosiisen. How long did you go off? Okay. No, okay. How long? We are no refi. I had a month for refi. Me ba program so. Me call Peace FM Kukroko. Men kai kra no for be say abosomi be say 9 any num you were off. Me I'm talking my lived experience.
Yeah, we decided say in studio discussion.
That's what I'm talking about. It was COVID related.
Absolutely.
Lockdown. Me, I was running between Cape Coast, Accra, Kumasi, and Damongo for studies. I couldn't go. Necessary me pe coin be so pass. I bet me mama travel between Accra, Cape Coast, Accra, Kumasi. There are videos. I post for at stopping Crawford from moving. Reverend Superintendent I or Damian I meeting the one fanchemi. He was leading the friends patrols in Kumasi. The other na penny Terlabi catcher say lockdown and nothing near lockdown. We locked down for a while and it had effect on schools. You close schools now down. Universities, technical universities, basic schools, second cycle schools. People couldn't go to the market to trade. Senior, it happened here. Not for 3 weeks now, I cannot. Don't let us forget. But Obi, COVID-19, me can say, Nyame ma ho kwan say mra ne nkyere bibi. Na ne yebetimi afamu adisuade ebi ene ahunini say ebedi ehuni. Ebi ene say yebe hwe yeso yie ye ho so yie. Ya nante ba hat. Obi wonu a akwa bi ai aposi fortune okumase. O kwan ya o say what is say I lockdown to obehwe. Hey. Did you see that? It was on TV. Ayi yechi ebiru wo kaswato buto. What is it? Yes, yeah, lockdown. Oba be say yampa say ya lockdown ana. It happened. Mayem yet to say Israel for Yankopon ti omuntem kra no. Eh? They were asking where God was. And I don't know what Danny Jasrama guiding them. We are now Danny Munukum to give them shade. Still, stiff-necked people. You papa. Obi, Mamin Kai Senior Bibi. Your party people even suggested that election 2020 should not be held because of COVID.
You didn't say that.
I said suggested.
No, it was the registration, no.
Oh, now who can say woman your registration now? I don't hold the elections. Emma, I remember commenting that the cost of holding the elections could never outweigh the cost of not having an election in 2020. Because the effect was going to be dire. Obukai, do you remember? I want to remind him. You see, so I don't want anybody to overplay COVID, but don't also underplay it. Senior Terlabi, who can say be? Na yemede. Say, Emrea Iwumuno Emre Iwa. It must reflect in the lifestyle of our leaders. If you examine your penny, Kwartei Titus group also can the same thing. Ayampa na Obi, Mampani Kasa and Rao Kaya or say ministries, departments, and agencies and cut down budget by 20% no. And say Mpani be that suwe di say you want here no so be the mana. Is it not in a reflection of acknowledgement? Say cut your coat according to your size. Say who can say order na say indication. If I want to say presidential president kasa a law. President kasa yemro. Washe. Intina mopai government assurances committee, which is chaired by you in parliament. You can hold the president on if this one is not respected. It excludes the office of the president. I will have a problem because the president cannot exclude his office. His office must be inclusive.
His office is not a ministry.
Oh, na make us say, but you know how we operate. Say, it is a special a purpose office that also has a budget. Hasn't it got a budget? So if it's in the spirit, say ministries, department, and agencies, one more a budget, you know, they are cutting 20%. So moto, I think say automatically, no, it affects the office of the president. If it doesn't, we will have a problem with that. And then I may refer, no, government assurances committee say omampani office and you can raise it legitimately. You know, yeah, the who bejimbi.
Okay, train Obaso na no overcome floor of parliament.
I don't.
It's not before us.
No. Check again the mandate of the government assurances committee. You can even hold them to manifesto promises. Please check that again. You see, I don't have a problem. I mean, I no minority no more. The sins of the incumbent are always many. You don't need to lie to hold government in check. Mumfa boni omo yidina so mudi boni a mumfa noa nipa de oyeden obedi boni nipa boni bata ho nti oya na wo de no aso de mene na mumu kwota ba bi na wo koka de enim na wo de keka ho a ene de anibere ne ba no na no na me pese me kai your friend say oh you mean your penny assembly or can say they should accept that they got it all wrong. David, honorable just as Professor Denny de Mebaso. What say the government must admit that they got it all wrong? Can you be correct in saying that? Can you be right? The government said as a manifesto say person free SHS. Momo say on to me yet. Or my justification to a person na meaning I will be Macau studio harder. I don't think the government had even used that as a basis. But if you read the 2010 population and housing census analytical report, you will see the need, the imperativeness of free SHS. Therefore, we are not very much aware of your deficit in education. If you read the analytical report, the largest cohort of educated people or literates, Ako school up to JHS, and answer BEC or middle school. That cohort with the largest percentage, 14.7% is less than 15%. And for Ako school up to university, a university degree, first degree or more, less than 3%. There's a report, data. We are not that literate as we profess. And I don't know, maybe they have explained and we haven't heard it well. Free SHS is not necessarily to make everybody a university graduate. It is to make us better citizens. Studies and research have shown that obi a wako suku kakra or no bon home modi obi bia mu ye a chen de wonko school kra. Yet mampani akofado e de ania den ni say o say e de ne de enso meye the finance minister at some point disagreed say omunya ne say de omusi ye no mebo a o say no go ahead. I remember very well say I went to my senior Napo. Say senior teacher training allowances na musi mutuano me sign MOU 2001 as General Secretary of the Teacher Trainees Association of Ghana then. Say, if we were lifted to tertiary level and our tertiary status, we were ready to forgo teacher allowances because we would have been made tertiary students. University and polytechnic that time. Or Moody laws, no, yes, you be Jenubi. Enti, Sana, Mampani Kufa Penso, you lifted teacher education colleges, no, I think 2006. I'm on by tertiary. And there's no justification to continue paying the allowances. I even went to meet their leadership in Doma, in Kro. When I was watching an apocalypse, I said, Papa Nimedi, what shall also restore at the end? They will do it. And I could get the sense in it. So, almost here, the American no more, yeah, because I almost have a month to me. But why is so? And also, so you say she cannot be called me. Then I'm suggesting and Kenya broad stakeholder engagement on the need to sustain the teacher trainee allowances. My colleagues been my nominee executives. They disagreed with me. Say, oh yeah, general, one person more can be. But I was looking at the principle of it. You know, science akratano. And we met at that time. Because Grace I made the call training college. I want to make how many years later? Me call a university 2003 academic grades, the same grades. I didn't recite any paper. They made enter training college 1998, you know, and one of 2002-2003 academic medical university, and I did computer science. Honestly speaking, it's an issue, but more person more chichiro or more. At the end of the day, you can't say they got everything wrong. But if you say the government must concede, say, nema binom enkuye. And one of them may be one in the fight against corruption. Attitude, any impression I created here when they were in opposition, no, and who in government, I will support you.
Ekosiisen on.
But Onkase we're getting everything wrong. I'm sorry. It's not possible. Obi inti makase Mampani statement to say young cut down expenditure of ministries, agencies, and departments and agencies. No, it's a right call. Now, me say Mampani me suggestion. Next time so to kwanya onye show me yunu say bi wakofo British Airways. Now let me tell you something somebody told me. Once a Mampani bet me high private bet me public a commercial flight. Now the flight management, because he's president, will have to configure that commercial flight in a way it could cost us even more than hiring a private. I didn't talk. The American say, me person company or two kwanya or no so no, he can do that. Enter a private first a commercial jet. Me the menya kra nanka who flew as a first class or second class who decline na kwatena third class only Ghana for no. Na je France kakra kokwado. Mr. President, we are what church of no kwatena. Me president America had
saying on Asempa FM.
Mr. Obetumi aye. Sometimes Ramamika Sambincho na said Ramaphosa security advice Ramaphosa no and you're advice Akufo-Addo. No, but that's the truth. You and I know that the president's movement is security. Oh, me what?
Of course.
Oh, Bobby. Also, all case COVID-19 lockdown na here one quarantine inti. My chemi senior what is it?
I'm just amazed. I'm just watching you, mate.
You are amazed.
Yeah, seriously.
That you don't remember even Parliament you nearly closed down. Enti media they make can say Mampani emma yen hunu. People want to see show. Say you've spoken about it, but people want to see show.
Yes, sure.
About what are you saying?
We want to see him
Lead what?
Lead.
How?
Just to show. Lead.
Now lead no the oyena make us say.
They say yes, play no high anybody.
And the on there as I call you and John on na me catch us say. Me suggest man say. On fro friend say. BA. And I say I back on the say.
You don't need a special configuration, please.
I said I spoke to somebody who has
private commercial.
We are not kamaje concluding remarks. Why? Okay. Many you na minje concluding remarks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Obi Inti. I know Meka said Mampani is showing a sign, and I hope say a very practical. And you're practical. You have Parliament, Government Assurances Committee. Hold him to task. It is not correct that assurances committee, can only work when a statement has been made on the floor of the house. A pronouncement from Massa. Me say you can call it before you. You can call that matter to come before you. Imagine no. Now Massa a house of the Parliament. You can't call it before the house. You can call it before the house. But your cancer assembly, you can get the tape. President Kobe be a state in the echo. Obi, Mr. Me pesa me tre bibi maka pen. Hwe, nya twuma ye organ ha na edi nya. Nya the hypocrisy. Who can tell me that in principle Ghana we are not paying e-levy already? Who can tell me that? In principle, make out the principle. Say, uye mobile money transfer. Naya tiu sikebi. That's it. Uye financial transaction, mobile money. Naya tiu sika. Waboka. Ewa hon. The principle of that. Why na ever catch me say, ye intua sadi enu wakana? Who can tell me that? You do mobile money to me. And it won't cost you anything. MPs are here. And no more yes sadi na. And cost you omo. I have said it before and I'll say it again. Maybe the reason may be that the government has not got its communication right. And opposition and a minority for no. And so mischief unti one more pretending at all cost. Your minority leader said that in principle you were in support of it. 2-3 days, my party sorry in Swa, why some assaulting? You think we've forgotten? You think we've forgotten? Why? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Yede ya wo no anya odeno. And now what you be? O ma chichire sebi mo amunim say enafam. And that's why I was quoting Guterres. A decade of coups in Africa. If we have chosen the path to democracy, constitutionalism, let us yenya boju cherry because a long suffering.
Okay.
E-levy, we are already paying it.
Kabila,
Obi,
I'm running to...
me come on some so.
Professor, the NSO of quick...
Prof, in some more kind here, me feel say generally na me ne yadwene. Or you sue terms bia, na me feel say strong words. My friend and opinion naka. Na me repeat this answer no. 2, or can send be nana me nwa ntina me friend. Say Ghana CSOs of Ghana Bubo Bidin clergy, they are quiet. Is it true? Is it true? Cut the hypocrisy. You are sitting here, you are talking. He was on the platform talking. He using strong words. Strong words. He was talking. Who has stopped him from talking? Nkrofo kasa ema omwanu eyi omuka ema ye from ko police. I don't support it. Me encourage this any day. But Obi, ya kasa wa video so yenya hwe yie. Me ka say bribina ye let my vote count alliance in support of the first presidential election petition, not the be a register who campaign.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Ena obi ko kan asembi. Madina police invited na me ni ho. But because I was the convener of that group, we went. It was your party that was in government. I will repeat what he said. But what he said, no, I issued a statement on behalf of Let My Vote Alliance. Say, we didn't even know the person and we dissociate ourselves from it. It was a voice. And some no mean to me repeat you. And my air kasani ade, ye, but not the American said, Professor was wrong when he said, say, people are quiet. We are not quiet. On the contrary, please, why? Yes, he mentioned those groups, and I'm saying that those groups have not been quiet. Occupy Ghana has issued a statement on e-levy.
They've been issuing a lot of statements.
What are you saying? Maybe they are not talking the way, they have not gone to occupy the Flagstaff House or the Jubilee House, as they did some time ago.
Do they still exist?
I'm saying that I have heard...
issuing statements.
Oh, you see, Honorable Terlabi. Mameka Bibincho, me, in 2020, I don't know how to refuse. 2020, you go general elections, me boy. Me ye campaign my president Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. Me be try me criticize Nana Akufo-Addo. Say they may say I can't no, a bit different from what they will be say I can't no. Don't expect me to talk the way you talk. Because I don't expect you to talk the way I talk.
So you
Who gets me for me?
You throw away the principle.
No, I'm speaking to the principle. I'm saying that me, I supported him. More what you are doing, more you fall out of a lost campaign. Assemble na more can now, one can 2020. Tell me, your minority side in parliament, what are you saying today that you didn't use as a campaign against Akufo-Addo in 2020? That he beat you. Well, you went to the Supreme Court. Even after you lost before the law lords, you are accusing them. Your party. And you think democracy now, you know, that be now win elections. We lose, let us say, or manning yet. What kind of hypocrisy is that? Let's be principled. Obi,
Manusi in 1 minute.
Manusi no, I mean your penny as a kadongo or no moral right. Say, Obeka say, e-levy nye. Akufo-Addo the only moral right, so Obeka say, e-levy mra. Busamini Pani Azika Dongo say, is he already not paying e-levy in principle? No. And that e-levy we are paying, no
service charges.
I said principle. I'm using principle. Listen, the principle that when you do mobile money transaction, you pay something.
Who don't pay?
Some telcos are free.
Some telcos are free. Yes. I do MTN. I don't have Vodafone money.
Okay.
So let me fix principle contextually. Say me, I do mobile money on MTN. And it's on record. And I'm saying that when I do MTN mobile money transaction, I pay
service charge.
And that money I pay, my hold on. Me say the principle of it is e-levy.
I mean, what kind of principle are you talking about?
The principle is paying
the principle
tax. Yeah, BB. That's the principle I'm talking about. So me margin I say Obi, the matron say that I didn't yet no. Me MTN dey na me no. Yet here government with the platform so through Bank of Ghana ni NCA so government in yahwe
wo oti tax also
oti tax for them
tax
oti tax
oh they pay tax on it
tax on what
on the service charge, you know.
Which tax when the money is shared. Makasa say wait a minute.
And we've had this discussion.
Hold on, me say.
They pay tax.
When me no moti 1 CD now.
Yeah.
1 CD no.
Yes.
A vendor no need telco no kwa na eche. Oh.
But the point is,
Obi mami
we've made this
so
argument.
catch me say. Telco no geni 60% no wia. Okote ho tax the ma government. Tell me ba. Enye no na make. Me make 1 CD na ya che no 40-60 na government nya hwe wom no. Eno ni issue. Vendor no nya 40% no otua say na ma government.
Obetua tax one.
Otua tax ben. Saying. Let me check. Hold on. Oh, what's your otua tax? I'm not tax say otua.
Kabilati. 60 na beko telco ne ho.
Otua tax say was.
A part of telco no the profit in revenue on which obetua corporate tax. Mind you, sir, and let's contextualize the tax in the service provider. Vendor now obey the commission. That's a commission or the to be a otua tax was. Let's contextualize
Obi. So
it might not be direct tax.
They pay tax on it.
No, hold on. And yeah, direct tax.
Obi.
But obetua a form of tax.
They make Kenyan answer. Me ya abanya. And I'm happy almost one year. Adia me ka say one man initially say stakeholder engagement no. Yeah, stakeholder engagement Sa de ni hwie eso betwa.
And that is something they are doing.
Yes. Nti say do mo ye ni yen ko no sa na me kai me nia Terlabi. Huh? No. I'm just telling you something. Oh, I refer to him.
Ekosiisen on assembly.
Malawi for na kan ma sembio. Cows are trapped by their horns, men by their words.
Mate.
I hope they
Honorable Daniel Kwartei, Titus Glover. Wrapping up. Kabila munya butre. Honorable Tobo. Ma onye owi ana maba ho na wo wi. Closing comments, honorable.
Menya kwa entie atubuga.
Raymond Atuguba.
Na osi yenka nokure. Nokure be na obese yatie. De oyaka no aka. But kasa na okana me na me hunu say politician okasa, but not as academician. Na many Kabila ya adwin say people are still talking. Those who want to talk, they are talking, and we are listening to them. So having the voice ebe kanwa, he's encouraged to speak because yen suppress you biase ma onkasa. Onkasa de ha ne bia no onka. Na ba bia wo mu no so ye befa. But the enye no yin say ye be yi ano. When he attacks government, he will not expect us to keep quiet. No man catch and say we are suppressing freedom. And the man yin no or can be tia banya will come after him and will explain our position on Yawaka Nina. And this was only the Yako, Ebenezer, Commonwealth.
Ekosiisen on
Now, would you can call the never debem? Obi, would you can court quarter, never debem. Almost the enna election, your coy and your cum nipa and the idea. I will not sit on national radio of a Senpai FM, the Macase, and confound no move. Debbie. Obi bia ni nko feelings mbiano enya de papa. But me catch a Terlabi. Sa omo mantra any mo slogan do and die no. They shouldn't bring it in 2024 elections. Because so we call election collation center now we call transit now we share the Ekoswa. Now we call routing. I don't think anything will befall you. What does it? But when you push your supporters to charge on the security agencies, and as security agencies, they have the right to protect themselves. What does it? When you are using Mungo for Mumma 2024, no Mungo Yasanyamano. Go and use your children. Don't go and use innocent youth to go and fight your cause. And make a way at your bomb coco. Say, as for the security, they will protect the state. But so long as you conform to the law, Obi and Yawaji. But you are Kromwa. Kabila, just after 2008, Agbogbo Shishi. MPP supporters were slaughtered like if anything in Nijinam. Now you're deputy minister. And the MPP supporters, Atengabio was the regional commander of police. The deputy was Yehonu. Messi wokwa gbusha bontinswa ni yedi sikan yedi dread nipa nam because Nijinam e wurwa. What was the NDC? What were they? Ebiam Okay, Tiwa. For example, not a regional minister. He led Azoka people into Tiwa. He led them to Tiwa. And we saw how human beings were drove on a vehicle. Okay, Anita. Okay, Anita is also. 5 polling stations. The whole place was like an inferno. War zone. 5 polling stations. Baba Jama. Where were you? Talency by election.
Can you remind me?
An MPP supporter was shot. And the pellet echo the team. Say, Professor Frimpong Boating and go pee with Yenja Government Hospital. Ye pellet now. And go in your media. Me can wait the assassin say, Kabila, you say, or saying, Ya chumno ya dos wokromwa. That hypocrisy, we must stop it. Adia Yenu, and Kwabena Fuzi, and ye. Adia Yenu, and ye. And it's a BBSC, Nasi a car. Who were the car Commonwealth, and you call her, and the other MBS. Now, Obia stop when this for the court number kono. Onya ni in court. So who are some near do court? Yanjiru wano, Yanjiru wunsa and go wachi. You have right to cancel. In the case na yedi biano, Obia ko eko kanu wabonu nkro, ekan nsembia, e so kanu. Obia jichiru bia. At the end of the day, who can wasem ye? Who do facts? And legal authorities, Kabila, and the support to Wunyama. Who's on? Now, I want to be Sia Wunyama, who's you get a Wunyama won't be Sia, who's you catch it, and yet. You know, be near some. And Sabi, Obi, who atochima, Nasa Mran wo, Nasa Yumsen so. Wouldn't be engaged, you know. I was so do come running him, no canasum, I was working with him. Baby, I no current down on Nany at all. And the Commonwealth no Amokano is welcome. I'm sure they will invite government. Case accusations on my church in Yan, the according ya, mamma, ya quine, I'm a yano. And you go court. Na, not as an Amalibe king. We go court now, where the beam, now I appeal on the review. Now a binds every near, and the ebony. Oh, Macas law, eh? And the eboniana. And the Macata Malibenti, Yanyabago, yellow DB. That said, or did the director of legal, there. And will do my.
May I say, Honorable Oklitey.
Yes.
Closing comment.
Yeah. Unim enyumre. Me ho adwiri me kakra. Yes. Elintino. And then no Matthias said the reason why ukrum for kitamfon for yekum wo mu no. Ana techima serve no yekum wo mu no.
Techima serve.
Matthias here. It was reprisal because they had a talent at the back of their mind.
You send people to go and route. And this,
you had that at the back of your mind. And I'm call Ayawaso. Ayawaso. Meaning the can say, what has gone on? Need the Ekoso, need the baby I do say you know. I mean, I get what go do for you. Okay. The American say, I want to repeat it in your presence. Say, I now understand what me who drew me pa because and then we are justifying the killing of Techima and Fono because of Agbubulushi. Is that right? Is that what you are telling me? You are justifying, what happened at Ayawaso because of tenancy. Because of tenancy. So we should allow it to continue.
To go and fight the security.
No, you see,
Who wrong don't make it right.
No, I didn't. Oh, na unim bibi.
Me too.
You were some more Ghana and Muba. You see, again, I took about Casano. He was very specific. On machine, Nipa, also my count or not two. Because once upon a time, or making very specific. No, you see, please. Oh no, I mean, as an academic, back. You see, listen. Oh, seriously. Me, age, I'll go back. So they say, and your age, and a bit me. I can go back. Sometimes every academician would want to person will retire peacefully. Oh, it's a fact. Wow. Anything, no, the Oka, you know, he was very specific. And who says you cannot do? I mean, there's nothing like politics in academia. So we go invest in go to politics in me. And Legon for no political science department for now pre election what do you call it survey anyway no ade nyina ekeka noma enya omo no me they do it until he was very academic. Maybe if you say maybe you may disagree with some of the things now but what he said no were real. Say no Enyansafwe him, once upon a time a sitting president was described as obi or senseless because Enyansafwe asa. Enyansafwe asa. Look, and I make say I am demanding me famu media wesu invite Dr. Baumuya. Say this is the time I hear in the lectures because the way the dollar is behaving, yes, we need some lectures from him because the way the dollar is behaving, no, listen, no, you see because Kabila, Obitie, Mimi ko school no, meaning say listen to me. It was only Baumia and Okache Momiti as say. Three, you know, okay, but Meba, me say, no, listen to me. Me say, Baumia is not a good example for the youth. Let me tell you. Well, let me tell you, listen to me. Why you are not being fair to me? You are not being fair to me. You are not being fair to me.
I don't think it's fair. There's a vice president in your group.
I'll tell you. No, listen to me. Let me tell you. Me say. Me a contact akra me say. He's the only person who catch you say 3 + 5. 3 + 2 is 5. But 2 + 3 you cannot say it is 5. Or say 3 + 2 is 5. But it is what knowledge to say that 2 + 3 is 5.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Anything I make us say on tre etuben papa I say emrantie edineti.
Oh please, when you talk like this, I mean you are talking below the bed.
Look, and no, listen. Oh, me ba. There was a playback. Oh, me ba. Oh, no. I am not insulting him.
Yes, you are insulting him.
No, I am not. Well, let me withdraw. Let me withdraw. Me say Nikasa, a good example to follow. Nikasa. Ukasa. Me say Nikasa. And ya dey say a copy. My sign. The Edison. Wabamu studio Hanum, and I say, is it Kwame Sefaka? I want him to tell us something about E-Levy. I want Baumia to come and tell us something about E-Levy. Because the guru is the Emima Teno, my understanding is that or see E-Levy there, and here say 2 and 3. Or say we don't need to go and borrow money from anywhere to build our roads. Let's toll our roads. What one more and a boo toes. I see the Kwabena feeding at the ground one by some. We need him to come and tell us something. So we in one.
Mate.
Ekosiisen
we shouldn't borrow.
Asempa FM.
And then what borrow my common boo. Anything when no concerns I'm raising them, see we need him
to come and
tell us something because you are thinking can't tell. Because this is the time and we need him. Because once upon a time, Okache said, dollar no, what chi edi ama pietu, ebi a 1 pound pietu ni tina eki no yira and I don't know. But I don't know. I be tell ni term so say whatever okay, on ni term so you no hand over key I'm sorry. Ni term so you no the key no man. One of the man one be dinner there no go. Opon bueno. Ukrom ni no. I don't know what you make key to see. and a dollar no take plaka. And then dollar no breaking 8.
Honorable, member,
Yeah, breaking 8. But
okay.
Kabila
7.
Na Kabila they say your boy is here.
Next week, yeah, the best him. Fine.
Kabila they say
Ekosiisen higher Sempa FM.